Hi again. This is going to be a video to show you how to generate some common statistics using the BOIVerify software. Now, you'll notice a piece of paper that I have there taped up. This is extremely low-tech but rather effective way to protect the privacy of everyone involved in our forecast. Now, the way I would start this is by going to Verify, and then I would click BOIVerify. I've already done that, but I've got the window over here where it'll pop up and you'll see my low-tech effort there at hiding names. Now, on this right here, all we're going to talk about today is the grid display of statistics, generally just the forecast. You can display what was forecast, and you can also display the errors. Now, there are a number of adjustments in here and a number of selections. You'll see right in here parameters. We can look at max RH, all the way down to dew points, QPF, pops, all that. And then right here, these are the sources, such as the models, including our bias-corrected models, all the way down to our winning model. And there is our official forecast, the one that we actually issued. There are other adjustments in here, such as you can change which forecast hours you want to run, and I've made it the entire period right there. The accumulation time periods right here, we're going to just do it every 12 hours. You can do right here the dates, and we can do it verifying on a particular time or just forecast on. I prefer to do forecast on. I hope you can see this. You can choose dates by period length, which I think tends to work best, or you can also highlight a list of dates. But what we're going to do is the last 7 days. Now, these also right here for the cycles, I'm just going to go ahead and leave all of those clicked on right now. In what we're doing right now, it's not going to make a difference. Now, this is just going to show how to do the MaxT and the MinT, and I'm going to first run it against our official forecast. And this right here is what we are verifying against. And we always use the OBS database for temperatures. So I'm going to go ahead and run, and you're going to see this minimize. And you see right here in the grid manager about how it is now going through and populating in the model, our official forecasts, and also populating in the actual observed temperature values. And it's clicking away right there. So you can see this is a fairly quick process. And I've also made an adjustment to the map so that my low-tech piece of paper doesn't cover up our forecast area. Alright, now I can go back here and look at our observed data. And let's just go ahead and come up to our current day. And you can see what that looks like. Now, we do have some cool spots and such in our forecast area, which does happen. And those aren't always like that. We have some warm areas. And it's just the way it is. Temperatures do vary. And now we can go and look at how our forecasts were for each forecast projection. And we can keep going all the way out. Now, it is a little bit hard, though, sometimes to see, okay, well, how much was I off? You know, this will show us what we forecast and how we were doing, but is it really showing where my errors are? And also, I'm going to pull down here so you can see our minimum temperature. There's our overnight lows, and there's some forecast overnight lows right there. So you can click through all of those. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here to this little minimized box, BOIVerify options. Pull that up, and instead of looking at the forecast, let's run it for errors. So I'm going to run it again, and you're going to see that the grid manager starts clearing itself out, and then it's going to repopulate in, still with the observed data, but then also with our forecast data but it is a display of the errors compared to that OBS database, not just the plain forecast. And the neat thing about this is it makes it just that much easier to see where we were having trouble. Now, and little things like that, an unusually warm spot that happened, it's not really something too terribly to worry about. Alright, now this right here is our forecast error for this particular day. And what BOIVerify is concerned with is any error that is greater than 3 degrees. And within 3 degrees, this is an adjustable parameter, but is considered a hit. And from these colors right here, although my paper is covering up some of them, you can see these oranges and these blues are all considered hits. So this actually was a pretty good forecast. Pulling down from some of these other forecasts that were made several days ago, actually we did pretty darn well. Now let's look at the overnight low last night, and let's see how we did there. There's our observed forecast, and now let's look at how we did here comparing the errors. And actually, again, this is pretty good. There were some areas that you see here which were outside of our 3-degree range. Did pretty well in a lot of areas in here. We had some problems at that notoriously warm spot right there, and some areas near the coast here that were warm. I can click down at other areas and see, yeah, pretty much, you know, the coast was a little bit different than what we were expecting. You know, but overall pretty good. But that is how you would use this tool. Now you can go back through, and some of these take a little bit longer. So, you know, for example, doing the hourly temperatures, which will display it every 3 hours. There's the dew point displays it every 3 hours. Takes a little bit of time to display. So, I'm just going to leave it up to you to go through and explore that. All right. Well, I hope this helps.